Hello Capricorn, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the They Lima Tarot. There's the box. It is by Renata Lechner, so you spell it in case you want to find it. Supportive Oracle cards are by Lucy Cavendish, the Magical Spell cards. Magical Spell cards. Alright, I already shuffled Capricorn. Alright, so there's not a lot of cards here, but I like what I'm seeing for the most part. You should be doing well. I don't know what's going on here on the other side just yet, but you should be doing well. I feel like there's a fresh new start with somebody that's already in your life. Because you got in the center, you have the Ace of Cups. You're getting along with somebody. And it's really like the Ace of Cups is telling me you're right on point. It's almost like a fresh start. A fresh start. I feel like it's with the same person, like somebody that's already been in your life, but I feel like there's been some rough times. But currently, it seems like, you know, starting off like with a clean slate. That's how you feel. Something has changed here. This didn't come out of nowhere, but you're feeling like, you know what, things have a really good shot here. Something is different. Something is definitely different. And I'm seeing on your side the Sun card. You completely feel like whatever's changed here, whatever's happened, something has shown you that things are different. Somebody has evolved. Do I want to say that? I don't want to say evolved. What do I want to say? No, somebody's changed. Like, I feel like, see, I'm getting there's a person, and I'm really kind of like, I want to be sure before I go there. Even though it's a general read, I know some people take a lot of this to heart, but I feel like you'll know this if it's right or not for you. There's a drug or alcohol and or somebody has gone through rehab and they've done very well, and it's looking really good, and you're feeling really good. There's some other circumstances that have changed. You're feeling really good. Things look really good. They're doing better. They've done the work, or possibly you. It could be you. It's possible. For some of you, I don't feel like it's for the majority of you. I gotta be honest. For the majority of you, I don't feel like it's you. I gotta be honest here. But you're like, this looks great. You have all the hope in the world. This is the best it could be at this point. You're getting along extremely well with this person. New beginning right here. It feels good. You're like, as good as this can get. This is as good as this can get right now, and you're extremely happy and thankful for it. Okay. Now, there's definitely other ways this can come through. So it doesn't have to be drug or alcohol, but something has changed. It could be like somebody left an abusive relationship, something like that. But it's something significant. It feels very significant. You don't think that this is better just because it's a beautiful day outside. That's not why you're feeling like this is a good idea, or that this has really changed. Because something has actually happened here that makes you feel that way. If this reading is hitting, something actually happened where you feel this is different now. This relationship is going to be better. You feel better for this person. You feel like their life is going to go better. Now, I want to be honest. This is a great moment, new beginning. It looks great, and it could be great. It could be. I want to address though that what you might not know, because this moment happens fairly soon after, whoever you're dealing with. They've got the Nine of Swords. And I'm getting they're having a hard time processing where they've been. And they're afraid of the future, is what I'm getting. They're having a hard time looking back at what has already happened. They're having a hard time with that, and they're afraid of what is coming in the future. They're trying to push forward a false front, but they're afraid. They're afraid. I feel like they're really afraid of the future and what the future holds for them. They don't seem to have 100% confidence that they're strong enough to do this. And I'm getting there's a lot of worry here. At this point, I don't see them succumbing to this worry, but I'm getting like a fear, like a real primal fear here. And part of that is they don't want to let you down. I feel like there's a lot of weight on their heart, whoever this is, because they feel like this is going so well, they've regained your trust, you're happy with them, and they know it. And they're so afraid that they're going to do something that's going to screw that up. It's so important to them that they don't. But even though they're okay right now, they're afraid of the future is what I'm getting. They're afraid of what comes next. They're afraid of what comes in front of them. How are they going to react? They seem to be aware that sometimes they're just weak. And if the perfect storm happens, they're just afraid of what happens. How's that? Right now it's just a concern. Now, I'm getting the next point of action here is the King of Wands. I feel like you're actually doing something with this person. You got the King of Wands. It seems like the two of you are very active. You're helping this person move forward another notch ahead. Like they're going another step forward is what I'm getting. You seem very involved with that. You're still feeling great. But I feel like they're acting a little coy, a little off point, a little off balance. Coy, I guess, is the best word I can think of to use. And you're like, they seem to be acting a little strange, and they don't seem to be acting too, like, I feel like they're a little bit distant or disengaged, even though they could be physically right next to you, but they seem a little bit disengaged and a little distant. And I feel like you're concerned and you're wondering why. I just feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. I feel like you're looking at it like they should feel a lot better. They should feel like a lot of that weight has been lifted. But in truth, the weight is all on their shoulders because they're afraid of the future. And they feel like they have to succeed. I'm getting this fear, like a primal fear again. Like if they fail, they could fail permanently if they fail again. And they're afraid of that. There's a real primal fear here. What are you supposed to do about that, though? Like, why is this... I feel like you just need to be aware of it. And I feel like they want you to know that this person is going through a lot. It's not for you to solve or bring forward, but if you're aware of it, I feel like it can be easier on you. And if you're just more go with the flow, you understand what's happening to a point as much as you can, I don't feel like you'll return that same awkwardness, because when the awkward, coy feeling comes towards you, I feel like your natural reaction is to respond in a coy, aloof manner yourself. But they're saying if you understand what's happening and how this person is kind of feeling and why they're kind of acting the way they are, that you'll just kind of brush it off and just kind of act like normal, like nothing's happening. Because I feel like that's the best thing to do. Like everything is fine. Go along like everything is good. Talk to them, be nice to them, be open to conversations, but just, I feel like the big point here is just to give you a place to stand where you won't feel out of place. That way the situation is more malleable, it just flows better. Like this other person's going through a lot. Either way, they're going through a lot. And it doesn't have to be anything I said so far. It doesn't have to be drugs, alcohol, or a bad relationship. It just is there something. They're going through something. Or they had gone through something. But just as long as you're aware that it's still weighing on them, they're still like they're not happy of where they've been, they're afraid of where they're going. How you feel about them is very important to them. If you're just aware of like everything that's coming at them and how they're just prioritizing, they're sorting it out. They just have to. This is just the phase they're in right now. As long as you're aware of that, I don't feel like you'll I don't feel like it'll make you feel awkward. You'll just kind of go along as normal, and you'll just make it easy. Because if you're not feeling odd or out of place, you won't come off as feeling distant yourself. Because I don't feel like you want to do that. As long as you understand what's going on and why, to a point at least, I just don't feel like you'll be feeling out of place. And if you feel out of place, I feel like that could be a problem. Because if they're already feeling a little weird, if you feel weird too, it feels like it could grow and build on itself, if that makes sense. And you definitely don't want that. But if they're feeling that way and you're just kind of seeing it for what it is, and you're just kind of, all right, I'm just going to kind of best foot forward and just going to ignore the coyness and just keep treating them well, because it won't have anything to hold on to. Like, it won't be able to stick. And they'll just kind of, like, keep going, and they'll kind of work through it a lot easier, if that makes sense. I feel like you're getting what I'm saying. I'm probably drowning it to death. Okay, they're telling me to move on from that. Now, what comes next for them? Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. This is face down. They don't see this coming. Whatever it was from the past is coming back towards them. I don't see it connecting. I see it coming forward, though, and becoming an issue. In the sense of, like, it's really, like, there's a temptation feel here to me. The Seven of Swords is, like, that's usually like a thief in the night. Somebody who kind of goes in, grabs what they want, and sneaks out before anybody knows. That's kind of what this card feels like to me usually. But I'm getting, like, the past, because I feel like this person's connected to the past. This is somebody from the past, something from the past coming up and messing with this person and just kind of trying to get them back into line with what was. And I'm getting, like, this seems to be, it's going to happen. And there's nothing for you to do about that. I feel like you just need to be aware of that. That seems very sad to me. Like, why are we bringing this forward? This is a test for this person. Because I feel like this is going to give them either confidence, because they'll overcome this moment and they'll be stronger and they'll have more confidence in themselves because they got through this moment. Or it could go the other way. And I hate to say that, because it makes me feel really sad, and, like, it really makes me feel sad. Like, it makes me upset that somebody's tried so hard and worked so hard, but there are going to be some of them who don't do so well at this moment. And I feel that's really sad. Some of them will get stronger, others will not. And it's a general read. I don't know what way that's going to go. But they're saying, as far as it affects you, you need to be aware. The Empress is here with the Beauty. The Empress is somebody who cares deeply. It's a very strong mother card, in my opinion. And when I say that, a very strong mother is kind of like a mama bear feel. Whoever this person is to you, no matter what they are, you care about them to the point where if you have to rush in there and beat the hell out of people just so they're okay, you would do that. It's kind of what I'm feeling. And like the mama bear feel. Like, when the mama bear sees her cub in trouble, there's no rationalizing what's around. It's just charge forward and protect, if that makes sense. But the Empress card usually has an elevated view, has this feeling very strongly, but has an elevated view. And in contrast to the mama bear analogy, the Empress will look at a situation and see it for what it is, realize what they actually can control and what they can't. Like, it's like having that foresight. I could try to rush in there and correct this, but it's not going to correct anything. It's almost like whatever that cub is facing, you rushing in there is not going to stop the danger. and realizing that's the thing. That's the elevated view. Like you can rush in there and try to help, but you realize it's not going to change anything. It's not going to stop the danger. And the beauty here is to realize that it's not your responsibility to do that. Because the beauty, usually this card coming in is saying like realizing your own value, what you're actually in control of, what you actually own, seeing your own self-worth and what you can actually do about a situation. And I'm getting like these two cards together are saying like there's nothing, this is not your responsibility to correct. Being supportive and helpful where you can be, that is kind of, you're doing the best you can with that. And you're keeping a safe distance when necessary, but you have to let this person overcome these challenges on their own. Otherwise, they truly won't overcome these challenges. Because I'm feeling the ones that don't do so well, I'm getting you're going to want to do something to help them, but you're also you're not going to know what to do. And you're going to have a lot of guilt is what I'm afraid of. With the beauty card, I'm getting like you're having self-worth questions. And I don't know if I want to say self-worth or like questioning like what you can do or feeling like responsible and needing to help or needing to fix something that you really have no way to fix. You don't even know what to do. Or at least you don't have a stable way of fixing it. Let's put it that way. For the ones who are actually succeeding, I feel this is interesting. For the ones that are actually succeeding, I feel like you're very upset that temptation even came around, and you're still having like you want to protect this person from that ever happening again, but that's not for you to do either. And I'm getting the Empress with the beauty is like accepting that being a supportive player, helping where possible, helping this person directly when it's healthy, that's your role. But it's not your role to fight this battle for them. You can't get in there and you can't do it for them. They have to handle it themselves. This is a test. This is their test. This is their challenge, and they have to do their test themselves. And I feel like that's the hardest part of this reading. I have to be honest with it. When I'm connecting to it, it feels really rough because you just want to help. You want to save this person. You want to stop this from being a problem. You want to stop the pain for this person. And from the outside, you're like, you just got to stop. You got to walk away from that. You got to just not engage with that because that's just going to bring you more pain. And you see it in a certain light, but they have a different past experience and they're having other things weigh on them. So they have to overcome this challenge on their own. If for example, you were able to bat it away this time, it'll come back later and you're not going to see it next time. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a harsh reading. I don't know. I feel sad about it. I'll be honest with you. In the sense of like, your heart is so big and you have so much. Your heart feels so much for this person, but they have to do their own. They have to make it themselves. They have to make it themselves. Otherwise, they're not going to really make it. They're telling me that's the message. And they're also reminding me it can't always be sunshine and roses. So. Alright, I'm going to accept it and let it go. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.